All right, roller derby fans, welcome back, Phoenix. I'm your announcer tonight, Kills Bill. Are you ready for some more hard-hitting roller derby action? Welcome back to Arizona's only live bank track roller derby in the Hall of Dames here. We saw a great first bout, a really great first bout. Now get ready, part two, featuring our very own Minor Assaults and the Los Angeles Junior Derby Dolls. Just a reminder, no whistling is allowed as it interrupts the game. Keep your hands, arms, legs, feet, and everything else outside the track and behind the yellow line for your safety. With that being said, we're going to get this action started. Where am I going first? Are we ready? Yeah. All right, taking the track now, LA Junior Derby Dolls. Direct from Los Angeles, California. Skating tonight for the Junior Derby Dolls, number 000, Bella Blitz. Number 10, Jinx. 122, Smaller Brawler. Number 1997, Jolteon. Number 203, Shreddy Mercury. Number 33, Speedy. Number 36, Slim Reaper. 529, Mojo Mayhem. Number 64, Smackaroni. 7666, Hermione Danger. Number 88Q, BBQ, Little Bit Sweet Baby Rage. 926, Princess Leia. Number 97, Greased Frightening. And C3PO, Chewbacca. Helping the team out on their bench tonight are Sly Fox and Belle Scorcho. All right, Phoenix, put your hands together for the Arizona Minor Assaults. Skating tonight for the Miners, number 25, Black Eyed Please. Number 124, Thunderdome. 174, Slam Francisco. Number 531, Jaws. 1184 is Kitty Joe. 11D4, Slappy Go Lucky. Number 125, Pinky Die. Number 131, Muerta. Number 145, it's Taylor Terror. Number 16, Black Mamba. Number 17, Killer Kyle. Number 19, Socks. 444, Zippy Hippie. Number 56, Choking Hazard. Number 8, Kamikaze. Number 159, Scare Bear. Helping the team out on their bench tonight, that's Cryptic Callie and Al, and I'll hate ya. I know. Always a great bout when these two teams get together. Icy Slappy-Go-Lucky out there, and Bella Blitz taking the track for this first jam. Bella Blitz hits the middle of the pack, able to get out as your lead jammer. Slappy-Go-Lucky trying the high side, getting out, about half a track behind. Bella Blitz eyeing the pack, finds a path through and calls off the jam. Picking up points and going home. Mojo Mayhem out there for the Derby Dolls. See Jaws out there taking the track for the Minor Assaults. Jaws working their way up to the high side, trying to get out. Gets out on the high side, finds some daylight. Princess Jaws coming around turn 2. Pack skating away, trying to get by. Jaws gets knocked to the track. Mojo Mayhem sliding in at the very end of that jam, able to pick up 2 points for the Junior Derby Dolls. Jaws picked up 4. LA takes the lead, though, 4-6 right now. Black Eyed Please taking the jammer line there for the Miners. Jinx out there for the Derby Dolls. LA skating down 2 blockers, though. 2 skaters picking up penalties. Mary's knocked to the infield there. Gets back out on the track, though. Jinx able to get out as your lead jammer. Mary putting the pressure on. Got a jammer race. Neither skater wants to give up. Pinky Die coming to the jammer line for the Miners. Chublaka out there for the Derby Dolls. And it looks like the Minor Assaults are taking their jammer down. We got a power jam for LA. LA coming to the line alone, gonna try to see if they can put some points on the board. Chublaka gonna skate this power jam, still sorting out blockers and penalties. The Miners have a full complement of blockers, but that doesn't stop Chublaka from getting out. The pack is virtually stopped at the front of the track. Chublaka cuts across the apex. LA doing some damage with only 2 blockers as the pack starts to move. Miners recycling and trying to set up a wall again. Chublaka takes a knee on the track. Blockers pushed out of play, couldn't go any further. Still 15 seconds left on this jam, though. Chublaka able to make one more scoring pass there. All right, I see Muerta out there for the Miners. Sweet Baby Rage out there to skate for the first time for LA. LA sitting 1 blocker. 4-3 in the box. Sweet Baby Rage tries the high side up along the rail. Gets out as lead jammer. Muerta, though, hot on their heels. Muerta putting the pressure on. Where to get into the back of the pack, though. LA sending Speedy to the box to jam this next jam. Zippy Hippie out there for the minor assaults. Zippy Hippie dives to the low, gets knocked off the track. Speedy up high, trying the high side. Zippy Hippie knocked to the infield. And both jammers emerging along the rail at the same time. Speedy Wonder's got the lead, though. Speedy Wonder trying to eye some points, call it off. Gets knocked off the track and does not get to call off that jam. We had a jammer lead change. Miners trying to capitalize on that. Princess Leia coming to the line for LA. Up, looks like we're going to have ourselves a timeout. Minor assaults calling a timeout there. Hey, folks, I'm going to tell you one more time about the food truck out there. Head on out to the food truck, the Flying K Barbecue. They serve up slow wood-smoked barbecue meats and fusion entrees. Don't miss their delicious menu and order now. They also have a mac and cheese with some brisket on it. That's amazing. Real cheese mac and cheese, too, not that stuff that I make at home. Derby fans, don't forget, if you can't make it to a bout in person, no problem. You can watch from live stream, watch it from home. Visit our Twitch channel or our Facebook page to learn more. Shout out to all of our fans watching on the live stream in LA and Arizona. Thank you for supporting our league from home. All right, back to the action. Looks like the minor assaults picked up a jammer penalty. Had a penalty on that last jam. Bella Blitz out there to skate this jam for LA. Bella tries the low side, gets knocked to the infield, but able to get out on turn one. Blockers trying to sort themselves out. Minor assaults lining up on the track. LA attacking, trying to break up a wall. Bella able to skate through that wall. LA slowing down the pack right here on the back straightaway. Bella cuts along the high side, gets taken out by Princess Jaws. Stalls Bella out, but doesn't stop them. Bella coming around for another scoring pass here. Straight along the low side, once again gets knocked to the infield. Looking like running out of energy at the end of that thing there. I see Hermione Danger coming to the jammer line for the first time tonight. And here comes Black Mamba for the minor assaults. I said, here comes Mamba for the minor assaults. Hermione Danger able to get out real fast in the pack. Turn one. The pack is stalled in turn one, though. Mamba tries to get out. Mamba takes to the track just as Hermione Danger starts their scoring pass. Still 35 seconds left in this jam. As Mamba's able to get out, Hermione Danger jumps the apex, calls off the jam from the track. Jinx coming to the line for LA right there. Kitty Joe is not gonna go lucky. Jinx is your lead jammer, though, gets out. Kitty Joe trailing, though. Miners got able to get their jammer out, though. Put the pressure on LA. LA gets by one skater, calls off the jam. Bella Blitz back out there for LA. Pinky Die getting called off the track. Looks like we got an LA power jam. Pinky Die surrenders the star, but goes back into the lineup. Bella Blitz spies that high side line and is able to get right out. High side dives for the low and takes off. Pack stalling out in turn two. Bella Blitz eyes the scoring pass. LA working hard to prevent the Miners from forming any kind of a wall right there. Open the door for their jammer and then close it. Miners making a move, trying to wall up. Taylor Terror pushing that wall from behind. Bella Blitz cutting through that wall like a hot knife through butter. LA putting up 20 points in that power jam. Mojo Mayhem coming to the line for LA now, and that's Karmakaze out there for the minor assaults. And they're off. Mojo Mayhem tries the high side, is able to get out as your lead jammer. Karmakaze working the way through the back of the pack, dives down low, gets out on the low side. Mojo Mayhem at the back of the pack trying to work their way through, cutting through. Jinx back out there on the jammer line for LA. That's Choking Hazard out there for your minor assaults. Both teams back at full strength. Choking Hazard battles through the pack, gets out on the low side. Mojo Mayhem right there, hot on their trail. Choking Hazard dives up high, trying to pick up points. Mojo Mayhem also cuts through the pack. Miners able to score 1 point on that jam. Pinky Die coming to the line for the Miners. That's Chewbacca out there for the Derby Dolls. Chewbacca cutting through the pack, gets out straight through the middle. Pinky Die, though, following right behind, came out on the high side, forcing Chewbacca to call that off. All right, coming to the line, Greased Frightening out there. Karmakaze gonna try the line again. Karmakaze tries the middle, gets out. Greased Frightening gets out though, the jammer. Pack stalled out coming into turn 2. Greased Frightening looking for a spot to go through. Gets knocked to the infield though. But since their person that knocked them out also came off the track, they were able to get back onto the track, reestablish, call off the jam. Muerta coming to the line for the Minor Assaults. Speedy Wonder out there for LA. Both jammers try the low side, didn't find any room. Try the low side again, both jammers knocked down. Speedy Wonder keeps on trying that low side, goes high now. Muerta almost got out, took to the bottom of the track though, got knocked off, knocked down. Speedy Wonder coming around looking for a scoring pass, looking for points. And Muerta able to follow them out. Speedy Wonder able to jump the low side, pick up the points, and immediately call off that jam. Zippy Hippie coming to the line for the Miners. And it looks like we see a jammer penalty on LA. Gonna be a power jam for the Miners. Nope. Actually, looks like it's double jammer down. Both team jammers picked up penalties. So there won't be a power jam. Slim Reaper out there to skate this power jam for skate this jam for LA. So it's Slim Reaper versus Zippy Hippie. Slim Reaper though able to get out. Taylor Terror pushed out of play. Zippy Hippie climbing the track, trying to get to that high side. Zippy Hippie able to finally emerge from the pack. Slim Reaper still getting bounced around in the pack by the Minor Assaults. LA able to pick up 5 points and hit that century mark. LA 100 and the Minor Assaults 14 going into this quarter break.
I said I was going to take a picture from the front and feel like it looks weird from this angle. All right, cool. Yeah, next month I'm doing. I knew I was doing theater and announcing, so I knew I'd have to be here like right away. But tonight I hung out. I watched the other 2 shows at the theater. Took.
All right, Derby fans, back to the action. Hermione Danger out there taking the line for LA. 1184 Kitty.
And skating for the minor assaults is number 1184, Kitty Joe.
Kitty Joe trying that low side. Kitty Joe able to get out, though.
Bit of a jammer race heading away from the pack there. And the jammer for LA calls it off as both jammers heading down the back straightaway.
That's Princess Jaws. That's Jaws out there for the minors.
And your jammer for LA is number 122, Smaller Brawler. No, Smaller Brawler down off the track. It's going to be a power jam for Arizona.
Arizona taking a chance, trying to put some points on the board.
Jaws trying to find an opening along the high side. Has some blockers there trying to give her an assistance. Now ducks down to the low, and Jaws is out and clear. 42 seconds left in the Arizona Power Jam. Jaws makes her way down the front straightaway.
Pack slow on the back straightaway.
Jaws now trying to fight her way along the rail. Ducks down to the middle. Tightly bunch packed. Jaws takes a tumble. 16 seconds left on the jam clock. Jaws now methodically making her way past each skater and finishes the scoring pass. Clock will run out on the power jam, and we'll check from the infield. Should be 5 points on the board. Is 5 points on the board for Arizona. By the way, hi Derby fans, it's Clofton Peak Grudge. I'm here now. I was just going to get here and cheer for the minors, and then I found Bill up here by himself, so now I'm announcing. Hi. Looks like we're going to kick things back to the other side now with a power jam for Los Angeles, but before we get to that, I see Zero Cool coming up to tell us that it's going to be an official timeout.
All right, roller derby fans, tonight the minor assaults are going to be saying goodbye to 4 of our minor assaults who have turned 18 and graduated out of the program. We're sad to see them go, but happy to see them go far through the next stage of their lives. We're going to highlight 1 or 2 of these 4 the next couple timeouts. Do you want to do it first or we?
Pinky Dye, number 125. Pinky Dye has been skating with the minor assaults for 4 years. She'll be attending NAU for photography with the hopes of becoming a professional photographer. She took pictures of the first game tonight. Some of Pinky's favorite derby memories are of her first out-of-state game against Los Angeles and getting hugs from Stitches. So let's hear it for Pinky Dye. And like we said during each stoppage of play here tonight, we're going to highlight one of the remaining 3 minor assaults that are skating in their last bout tonight. All right, back to the action we go. Once again, Power Jam for Los Angeles. That's going to be Chublaka doing the jamming for LA here. Small pack as well. LA down 2 blockers, Arizona down a blocker, and of course the jammer. So far, Arizona's doing good to stay in the way. And Chublaka finally out of the pack. Arizona able to bleed 13 seconds off the Power Jam clock there on the first time around. So now LA with just 2 blockers out there trying to do what they can, but Arizona's going to form a wall. Chublaka spins to the inside, hangs onto the coping, and finishes a scoring pass. 25 seconds left on the Power Jam for LA. Arizona again sets up with the wall. Chublaka up to the rail and is scored down to the infield by Muerta, but Chublaka finishes her second scoring pass. Just 6 seconds left on the jam clock, and Chublaka checks the clock. He's going to try to get around, but is going to run out of time before coming up for another scoring pass. That's 10 points on the Power Jam for LA.
A choking hazard out there to escape for the minor assaults.
Your jammer for LA, number 97, Grease Frightening. And Grease Frightening quickly up to the outside, out of the pack. Choking hazard out now to give chase. Grease Frightening runs into a blocker, calls it off. Choking hazard had not given up the chase. They were close there at the end.
See Zippy Hippie out there taking the jammer line for the minors.
We're checking on that officially. No points for either side there. And your jammer for LA is going to be Smaller Brawler once again.
Both teams sitting 1 blocker.
Oh, there goes Smaller Brawler. Once again, it's going to be an Arizona Power Jam.
So Grease Frightening pick up a penalty there.
Oh, we're going to have another timeout, so we're going to have to hold on to that one, Arizona fans. Another official timeout. So stoppage in play. Some penalties there to discuss before we get to the Power Jam. If it's still going to be a Power Jam, here comes the outside pack ref to discuss it as well.
Hey, folks, let's hear it for Killer Kyle, number 17 on the minor assaults. Killer Kyle has been skating for 4 years as well. She heard about the minor assaults from her sister, who is a former member of the team. Kyle will be attending NAU to study chemistry, and her goal is to be a chemist. She says she's met the best people and some of her best friends through roller derby. Give it up for number 17, Killer Kyle. All right, looks like we do have a Power Jam here. Zippy Hippie coming out here to skate that Power Jam for the minor assaults. Both teams lining up. LA fielding 4 blockers, Arizona 3. Zippy Hippie tries the low, dives out, gets out on the low side. Pack is stopped along the front straightaway, though, before turn 1. Excellent opportunity for Zippy Hippie to try to get some points back. Traffic jam. Zippy Hippie gets knocked to the infield by Jinx. Zippy Hippie still pushing this pack through. Not giving up. Still 20 seconds left on this jam at the front of the pack. Zippy Hippie picking up points all along the way, though. Zippy Hippie running out of gas towards the end of that jam. That was a hard-fought jam. But Zippy Hippie did pick up all 5 points on that Power Jam. And here comes Jaws for the minor assaults.
Your jammer for LA, number 1997, Jolteon. Jolty on down to the inside and takes an opening to go right to the front of the pack for LA.
Jaws looked at that high side, get knocked to the rail by a smaller brawler.
And Jolty unable to dash through along the inside. The Los Angeles blockers opening up a wide lane along the inside of the track for them. And Jolteon, mired up in the pack, calls it off.
Black Mamba coming to the line for the minor assault now.
Up to the jammer line for LA, that's Sweet Baby Rage.
Miners are sitting one blocker. LA is at full strength. Sweet Baby Rage tries the high side, gets held up there, runs into a traffic jam. Mamba working way at the back of the pack. Held up by Jinx right now.
Sweet Baby Rage out of the pack. Lead jammer for LA and making her way around on the first scoring pass. Up to the outside. Again, the LA blockers able to open a path for their jammer. Black Mamba out of the pack as well for Arizona to put the pressure on.
Yeah.
This time, Rage up to the outside, pinned to the rail and calls it off.
All right, Black Eyed Peas coming to the line. Black Eyed Peas coming to the line for the first time tonight. Second time tonight. Where was I? LA sitting two blockers.
Yeah, I think you've been here the whole night. I have an excuse.
Oh.
Your jammer for LA is number 33, Speedy.
Big
Barry
collision.
and Speedy trying to get out at the same time.
We've got an old-fashioned jammer race heading down to the pack. Mary to the inside and is able to cut off the jammer for LA and finish the scoring pass for Arizona. Big collision there along the front straightaway. And we're going to take a second here to make sure everybody's all right. Indeed, we're going to take an official timeout. Speedy does get up and back to the bench under their own power, so that is excellent to see. Hard collision there. Both jammers going at full speed down the front straightaway. So everybody's going to take a second to catch their breath, and then back to the action we shall go. 5 points on the board there for Arizona. Mary got all 4 points in the pack and a point for the jammer.
I see Jaws back out there for the Miners.
Jamming for LA, this is not a typo. That's Princess Leia.
Slaya tries the low side. There's broad daylight.
Excellent Princess Leia right to the front of the pack.
Right? Get right out.
LA fans may not know this, but we have an adult skater here in Arizona named Princess Leia as well. So that's amusing to us up here in the announcer's desk. Meanwhile, the LA Leia, middle of the pack, fighting her way through and breaks free. Jam clock halfway gone. And Slayo along the inside finds an opening.
Jaws finally emerges from the pack.
Slayo now up on another scoring pass. One of her blockers helps clear the way. Slayo is escorted down to the infield, though, and ends up calling it off with just a couple of seconds left on the jam clock.
Red 0.
Checking on the score there from the infield. LA puts 13 on the board there for Los Angeles. Couple of blockers switching places here. Your Los Angeles jammer is going to be Smackaroni, number 64. Smackaroni along the inside and escapes from the pack for LA. Here comes the Arizona jammer clearing the pack as well. Macaroni up to the pack and ends up calling it off, running into some defense. Your Arizona jammer comes skidding in at the end as well.
All right, Pinky Dye coming out there to the jammer line for the Miners.
And jammer for LA, Jinx. Is Jinx? 10 cents, I think I see on the back of that jersey. Or I did when I was closer to the track. I can't see it from up here. Jinx now to the outside, bounces off the rail, right out the front of the pack for LA. A collision there, the Arizona jammer getting in the way. Jinx through the pack to finish the scoring pass, and your Arizona jammer now out of the pack as well. Pinky Dye coming through to put the pressure on as Jinx up to the pack. The defense escorting Jinx down towards the infield, and Jinx calls it off.
Slappy Go Lucky coming to the line for the Miners.
For Los Angeles, that is going to be Hermione Danger.
Slappy up to the front. Slappy is out of the pack. Slappy Go Lucky is your lead jammer for Arizona. Arizona knocks the jammer for LA off the track. We're going to have a stoppage in play. All right, we're just checking here on the infield here, making sure everybody's okay. Brief stoppage in play here, which should serve as a brief official timeout. All right, well, after that was all said and done, the penalties came up, and we're going to have another power jam for the Minor Assaults. Muerta. Yes, indeed, Muerta to the jammer line for Arizona. Arizona has a full complement of blockers out there. LA is down a blocker, as well as the jammer, of course, and now Muerta dashes through the front. Muerta's out and clear with 50 seconds left on the power jam clock.
Arizona's got LA all spread out, unable to wall up. LA is trying desperately to form up as Muerta comes to the back of the pack. LA's got two skaters at the front of the pack. Muerta able to get out, though.
So Muerta now with 18 seconds left on the power jam clock will be making her way around. Six seconds left. Now the pack slows down, and Muerta's going to try to get past as many skaters as she can. Knocked off to the infield, and the clock's going to run out. Ooh, we'll check in that Arizona power jam. Muerta gets, we'll check in one more time.
So it's 13-8. Got it?
All right, after discussion, it's 8 points on the power jam for Arizona. Muerta slid in there and got that one skater at the back of the pack and picked up 2 ghost points at the same time. So a productive one skater to pass. Los Angeles is going to send smaller brawler to the jammer line.
That's Thunderdome out there for the Minor Assaults. And
Thunderdome out of the pack. Now going to come around with the LA Jammers smaller brawler, about a quarter track behind. Now the pack picking up speed. Skater takes a tumble. Thunderdome up to the pack, knocked out of the infield, gets up to the track to reestablish and call it off. Good thing I'm not one of the jam refs. Let's check on that one. We wind up with 1 point for LA there, it looks like. 2 points for LA, excuse me. All right, now it's official. There we go.
Scare Bear coming to the line for the minor assaults.
And number 36, Slim Reaper for LA is your jammer.
Slim Reaper down to the inside, but was already losing her balance. The Arizona defense able to get back up and reestablish while Slim Reaper was trying to get back up on the track. Both jammers still fighting, trying to get through. Various factions of the crowd exhorting them to do so as they make their way past the majority of our crowd here on the back straightaway here at the Hall of Dames.
23 seconds left in the jam clock, and we still don't have a lead jammer. Defensive quagmire grinding its way past us at the announcer's nest with 10 seconds left on the jam clock. And we still don't have a lead jammer. There's going to be a stoppage in play.
I was looking right down there. Well, that's like landing on the football.
Yeah.
All right, that's good to see. Medical staff's going to go over and check on that skater. Took a hard hit right into the rail there at the back of the pack. Just kind of got spun into it, and her momentum took her halfway over the rail. So, make sure she's all right, but did get back to the bench under her own power, which, as always, is good to see. All right, well, we do see the whiteboard coming up for penalties, but in all the hubbub of that jam and making sure that skater was okay, it's halftime. Zero Cool is going to signal. Teams are going to switch benches. Please note that Ref Boyardee has let us know the food truck will be taking off soon. So. All right, back to the action, beginning of the third quarter. I don't know why I took my glasses off.
I see Zippy Hippie out there for the minor assaults.
Your jammer for Los Angeles is Mojo Mayhem.
Zippy Hippie gets out of the box first, though, gets out of the pack as your lead jammer.
Mojo Mayhem's about half a track behind, shade less than that, 45% of the track behind. Zippy Hippie calls it off, pinned to the rail by a couple of LA blockers at the back of the pack. So the first jam of the third quarter results in no points for either side. Stepping up to the jammer line for Los Angeles is going to be Jinx.
There's a Rainbow Crash out there for the minor assaults.
Jinx off to the infield behind the pack for LA. Now down to the inside and finds an opening.
Rainbow Crash pinned at the top of the pack, pinned at the rail by the top of the pack. Makes a move, gets knocked to her knees down there on the infield. Jinx coming in for a scoring pass.
Arizona jammer with the block, and Jinx takes a tumble. Jinx calls it off from the ground, it would appear. That's 3 points on the board for LA. Penalty call on Arizona blocker. We're checking on both sides. Up to the jammer line for Los Angeles is going to be Chublaka. But there's going to be a stoppage in play. All right, stoppage in play. We're going to take a timeout and be back to you in a second.
All right, back to the line for the minor assaults. That's Sox out there. Sox going to skate this power jam for the minors. LA also sitting one blocker. Arizona sitting one blocker. Bit of a smaller pack. Arizona charging that line, trying to get Sox out. Sox climbing the track, coming up against Chublaka. Dives down to the bottom of the track. Princess Leia waiting for her there. Sox knocks to the infield, gets back out on the track. Still half a minute left in this power jam. Back up against Chublaka again. Trying to push Chublaka out of the play. San Francisco getting up there to the front, trying to make an option for Sox.
All right, Sox out of the pack now. Officially an active scorer. Only a few seconds left on the jam clock here. Sox making their way around. And that's going to do it for the jam clock. So Los Angeles' defense equal to the task on the power jam.
Kitty Joe taking the line for the minor assaults out there.
And at the moment, it's Sweet Baby Rage for Los Angeles, but put a bookmark in that. We've got a challenge, official challenge by LA. So we will wait to find out the nature of that challenge and the validity of the challenge. I don't know, it's a valid challenge. You know what? Your challenge is valid. It is. what I mean is the successfulness of the challenge is the word I'm looking for. Sorry, my brain's still making its way to the arena. We will get back to the action in just a second, but before we do, while this challenge is starting, this is a golden opportunity to talk to you about another one of our graduating minor assaults.
You want to do it?
Sure. I would love to talk to you about number 131, Muerta. Muerta has been skating with the minor assaults for 5 years. She first learned of roller derby through her mom. Muerta is going to be going to ASU and will major in anthropology and minor in environmental science with the ultimate desire to become a scientist. One of her favorite derby memories is her first ever jam getting out and getting points.
That is Muerta. Challenge now continues. We will get to our last graduating skater at the next break in the action, such as challenge or timeout, what have you.
131. She jams. She's got really long. She's one who's, yeah, long braided ponytails. Yeah, the. Is that jams? Jams, sorry.
All right. We got now an update here on the challenge. LA was challenging one of the penalties there, and the penalty was upheld. You know, as this challenge winds down, I wanted to take a second to recognize not only our home team regulators, but also our referees joining us from Los Angeles this evening. We've got a combined team of referees out there. We'd like to thank all of our volunteer refs for all of their service, both LA and Arizona based.
All right, now we're back to the action. Kitty Joe out there for the minor assaults.
Sweet Baby Rage for Los Angeles. LA is minus 2 blockers. That was apparently what they were. No, 1 blocker. I'm sorry, I can't see. Yeah, LA's down that 1 blocker. That's what they were challenging. Meanwhile, to the front of the pack, Sweet Baby Rage finds an opening along the rail and is your lead jammer for LA.
Kitty Joe able to get out of the pack in turn 2. Just as Sweet Baby Rage is hitting the pack to score some points.
Sweet Baby Rage tried the high side, but the Arizona pivot got there just a step ahead of her and closed the door. Now Sweet Baby Rage is pinned up to the rail, and sliding in comes Kitty Joe. Kitty Joe slides in on her knees and calls off the jam. All right, so penalty assessed there to Kitty Joe at the end of the jam. Came in down. Speedy Wonder for LA as your jammer. So I was going to explain what had gone on at the end of the last jam, but Speedy Wonder's already out and clear. So I'll skip ahead. Let's not live in the past. Speedy Wonder now catches up to the front of the pack. Arizona's got a small wall up there, but those blockers are now out of play. And Speedy Wonder gets to go on through. 35 seconds left in the LA Power Jam. And Speedy Wonder able to elude those 2 Arizona blockers at the front of the pack after sliding down to the inside. Now catching up again. Now this time takes a big block and knock to the infield. All right, so now we are getting back to the action. There's going to be another challenge, so we'll have a stoppage and play here for an official thing. Speedy up to the bench and was being checked by the medical staff, but up and able to get back to the bench to the applause of the crowd. So now a challenge by Arizona. So I'll turn the mic over to Bill so he can announce to you our fourth and final graduating minor assault skater.
Hey, everybody, put your hands together for Socks, number 19. Our Socks. Socks has been on the team for 4.5 years. She was interested in Derby from movies and had come to games previously to sell Girl Scout cookies before she joined. Socks is going to go to community college for her first year, and then she wants to go abroad the following year to get a second language. Her goal is to have a career in translating or as a language specialist. Some of Socks' favorite Derby memories from her first battle on the bank, where we were all getting ready for a game, and she says she remembers feeling excited instead of scared for the first time. Another one is stitches nearly killing her during an LA game. So put your hands together for Socks, number 19.
All right, Derby fans, challenge continues there in the back straightaway. Regulators got to earn that dollar somehow. And I'm kidding, nobody here gets paid. Let's see, next Derby Dames bout is, well, the challenge is wrapped up. The next Derby Dames bout is Saturday, February 25th. There, I got it in.
Whoa. Woo. Wow, that's a lot of ink on that whiteboard. The challenge is upheld. Minor assaults were challenging a directional.
All right, challenge is over. Arizona's challenge unsuccessful, directional block penalty upheld. So, neither team has a challenge remaining here in the second half. So, ergo, that means we will have no more challenges tonight. Good thing we're done introducing graduating minor assault skaters. Okay, like a radio DJ hitting the post, there's the whistle to get back to action.
LA had a bunch of penalties on that jam, so they got a couple of skaters that have to skate on this jam.
Yeah.
They'll skate their penalty the next jam, so they'll be down blockers both of these couple jams.
Yeah, a lot of ink on the whiteboard.
I see Rainbow Crush out there, though, for the minor assaults.
Your jammer for LA is Princess Sleia once again, and Sleia is at the front of the pack.
Rainbow Crush at the back of the pack gets knocked to the infield as Princess Sleia gets out. Your lead jammer.
Sleia does a little do-si-do with that last blocker of the pack for Arizona. Now Arizona's trying to get their jammer free.
And Rainbow Crush able to get out. Arizona trying to wall up at the front of the pack.
Arizona's up there playing tough defense and trying to keep Princess Sleia in the pack. Sleia has to call it off with Rainbow Crush coming in at the inside. 4 points for LA.
I see Pinky Dye coming to the jammer line for the minor assaults.
And that's going to be Smackaroni
for Los Angeles. Just under 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Pinky Dye spies an opening on the low side, able to get out as your lead jammer.
Smackaroni bumped hard into the rail. Takes a second to get her skates back underneath her and get back up. Pinky Dye to the inside, and it's friendly fire. There was an Arizona blocker sliding down the track. Pinky Dye took her about wheels high, but gets through on the scoring pass. Pinky now catches that there's a jammer behind her, and she goes ahead and calls it off. Oh, Pinky back behind her, number 64, had taken a tumble, and Pinky goes ahead and calls it off. One scoring pass. We're checking on that score from the infield here. Just making sure.
Somebody able to hand Zippy Hippie the jammer star. So Zippy Hippie taking the jammer line for the minor assaults.
Jammer is going to be Slim Reaper for Los Angeles. Arizona, we were just checking the officialness there, but it's 5 points on the board for Arizona in the last jam. Now this time, there goes Slim Reaper right to the front. Had a small path along the rail, but when you're a Slim Reaper, you don't need a whole lot of space.
Slim Reaper able to cut through the pack and get to the front, though. Arizona had walled up, but pushes them far enough out of the way. Gets out for another scoring pass.
Slim Reaper now coming around. And kind of ricochets off the Arizona pivot, and that's Slim Reaper with another scoring pass. Pack now kind of ground to a halt in the back straightaway. Arizona Jammer still trying to find an opening. Meanwhile, Slim Reaper into the pack. Arizona this time is able to slow Slim Reaper down, and there goes your Arizona Jammer Zippy Hippie. That'll do it for that jam. Very productive jam for Slim Reaper. We're checking on the official score. 15 big points for Slim Reaper in Los Angeles.
All right, Slappy Go Lucky taking the jammer line now.
Chublaka for LA. Head referee Hoover Slam is barking out some penalty instructions here. One Arizona blocker down off the track, and there we go.
LA skating down 2 blockers, actually. These jammers hit the pack a little bit thin. Slappy able to get out, though. Slappy gets to the front of the pack, is your lead jammer. Chublaka hot on their tail, though.
And we're going to have a stoppage in play. All right. Checking on what's going to, we saw Zero Cool start out and then come back in, so we'll check on that in a second. Obviously, the medical crew over there checking on the LA skater who was down, but was able to be helped back to the bench, so we certainly hope everything is okay. So now just kind of waiting for everybody to get situated, and then we'll get back to play here momentarily. All right, so the official next step is that we're going to have a timeout. So to those in the audience, it will feel like a continued stoppage in play, but clerically, we have moved into a team timeout for LA. So LA has used one of their second half timeouts, and we will be back to the action in a couple of minutes as everybody gets sorted here. Meanwhile, as I had started to in the last stoppage of play, I'd like to tell you about the Derby Names next bout. Seems like you all are having fun here tonight. Also, I know there's quite a contingent here from Los Angeles. Thank you for making the pleasant 6-hour drive to the Valley of the Sun. If you're enjoying tonight's live roller derby action, we always have more. Next bout is going to be 4 weeks from tonight, Saturday, February 25th. And it's going to feature a doubleheader you don't want to miss. The Schoolyard Scrappers will be skating against the Runaway Brides. And then the Coffin Draggers are going to face the Doomsday Valkyries, who are going to look to go 2-0 in 2023. Follow us on social media to stay up to date on all of our future bouts. I just said you guys come see the Valkyries, who are looking to go 2-0.
Oh, right. I see Jaws out there for these minor assaults.
We've got Jaws for the minor assaults, and your jammer for Los Angeles is Jolteon.
Arizona trailing 187-45. Still about 6 minutes left in this third.
Everybody's checking. One Arizona blocker down off the track. Everybody's looking. Hang on. Now we're checking. Arizona blocker back on the track. All right. Are we sure? Okay, now, okay. Now LA gains a blocker. Hey, there we go. I think it's a full pack. I'm not sure.
Both jammers try the high side, gets delivered right into the rail. Both dive down, try to get to the middle.
Jolteon absorbs a heck of a block for one of the Arizona blockers down there. I cannot see who it is, but they have gray shorts. Good block, gray shorts. Jolteon now trying to get clear, but takes a tumble again. And there along the inside, Jolteon now gets clear. This jam halfway gone after all those hard hits. 30 seconds left on the jam clock now. Jaws trying to get clear, and Jaws gets rammed into the guardrail. Jolteon, pardon my Pokemon, Jolteon comes through on a scoring pass. 14 seconds left now. Jaws out the front of the pack, big collision. Literally half the pack is laying on the infield. Now everybody gets back up, and that's going to do it for the jam clock. That's bank track roller derby for you when 5 skaters all tumble down to the infield at the same time. Meanwhile, it appears, don't look now, fans, but it appears we've got another power jam for Arizona. Black Eyed Please is at the jammer line for the Arizona Minor Assaults. LA drops a blocker now. Arizona, full complement of blockers out there on this power jam. There goes Black Eyed Please right up to the front, and she is able to dash right through the pack. 8 seconds to get clear. That's how you do it on a power jam.
Mary's blockers open up a small door for her, and she was able to take advantage of it, get out.
Black Eyed Please finishing off the scoring pass. There was a kind of a funny second there where Black Eyed Please ran into one of her own blockers, and they both went, oh, wait a second, and they turned away to face somebody else, like an old slapstick movie. Meanwhile, Black Eyed Please down to the inside. It gets spun off to the infield by the defense of LA. There's 10 seconds left on the power jam clock. Black Eyed Please now trying to get up there and finish off the second scoring pass. Goes ahead and calls it off as the clock is expiring. We'll check on the successfulness. There it is. Black Eyed Please gets all 5 of those points on the second scoring pass. That's 10 points on the power jam for Arizona.
Good move by Mary there, transitioning around and getting her hips in front of the hips of the LA skater.
Yeah,
picking up those last points.
Good awareness, too, to realize who she had to pass. I mean, that's obviously, there's everybody spinning around in front of you. You got to know who you've already passed.
You got Zippy Hippie out there for the minor assaults.
You got Sweet Baby Rage for Los Angeles. Rage down to the inside, now to the outside. Zippy Hippie almost clear, and Baby Rage now to the front.
Zippy Hippie got knocked to the infield by Speedy Wonder there.
Sweet Baby Rage with some saucy skating, coming down off the rail and dashing through the corner. There goes Zippy Hippie out the front of the pack. Sweet Baby Rage is going to get out. And Sweet Baby Rage thought for a couple of seconds about a jammer point, but then decided it was not going to be successful and called off the jam. So 4 for LA there. 2:30 to go here in the third quarter.
Karmakaze coming to the line for the minor assaults.
And for the first time since I've been here anyway, Bella Blitz is going to jam for Los Angeles, number 000. All right, blockers sorted out there. And right up the middle of the pack, there goes Bella Blitz.
Bella Blitz just bouncing her way through the middle of the pack. Bella Blitz made a doorway and went through it. Karmakaze, though, able to get out of the pack, though.
Bella Blitz finishes off her scoring pass and calls it off. All right, now 4 more points on the board for LA. LA over 200 for the bout.
Muerta coming to the line for the minor assaults.
And it's going to be Sweet Baby Rage once again for LA. 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Sweet Baby Rage, wow. A little sliding jammer block there and really just gave a whole hip to somebody there on the front stretch. Sweet Baby Rage now out of the pack as well. Sweet Baby Rage not only interested in points, also interested in violence, as it would appear. Muerta gets out of the pack for Arizona. And Sweet Baby Rage will call it off after one scoring pass. So 4 more for Los Angeles up on the board. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. That'll be Jinx for LA.
Pinky Dye coming to the line for the minor assaults there. Pinky Dye tries the high side, gets the door slammed on her.
Jinx, meanwhile, to the front of the pack and dashes through to take lead jammer for LA. Now Jinx up to the pack. Tries to go up to the high side, ricochets off an Arizona blocker, and takes a tumble. Your Arizona jammer out of the pack, and Jinx calls it off. So that leaves time on the clock for one more jam here in the third quarter. 4 more for LA up on the board.
Zippy Hippie out there for the minor assaults.
Los Angeles is going to send Bella Blitz one more time. Here penalties being shouted in now. A couple late penalties coming in. Arizona drops a blocker. Bella Blitz and Zippy Hippie both going to nestle in here. Bella Blitz up to the high side. Bella Blitz once again. A study in getting quickly to the front of the pack. Bella Blitz out and lead jammer for LA one more time as the quarter clock expires. Bella Blitz gets through. The LA offense is pinning that Arizona jammer at the back of the pack, and they're controlling pace of play. Bella Blitz races through, bounces back up on the track, and finishes off that scoring pass. 25 seconds left on the jam clock as Bella Blitz approaches pass number 3, takes a tumble for a second. The LA defenders are able to hem her in for a second, but able to fight through and finish off the scoring pass. And Bella Blitz calls it off in the back straightaway.
It's going to be 15 points for Los Angeles to close out the scoring here in the third quarter. All right, we will step aside for our last quarter break. Right now, the Derby Dolls are in. Well, 1 second. I guess they haven't blown the whistle yet. Here comes Zero Cool. All right. You know, I'll let the officials make it official. That's what you usually do. Now we're at the third quarter break. Los Angeles is in front, 225 to 55. action. LA Derby names in front at the moment. LA Derby Dolls. Hey, at least I didn't say Broodies. I didn't have a reason to say Broodies tonight because the Beauties weren't skating. Anyway, we're going to get back to the action, and Arizona fans, it's going to be a power jam for Arizona.
Slappy-go-lucky out there going to skate this power jam. Slappy's got some speed. LA's got a whiteboard full of problems. There's a ton of penalties out there. So LA's only got 2 blockers in the box right now.
All right, indeed. There goes Slappy right to the front of the pack. Slappy's out and an active scorer. Yeah, a number of penalties there in that last jam in the third quarter, and LA did pick up a jammer penalty. Now those LA defenders, only 2 LA blockers out there.
Black Eyed Please has Shreddy Mercury pinned up by the rail, trying to keep these LA blockers separated and pinned in the back.
Arizona has a full complement of blockers out there. Slappy up to the outside, the door closed, but able to duck down and kind of tiptoe around the backside of that LA blocker. Now the 2 LA skaters able to get together at the front and try to press the pace of play a little bit, but the LA blockers now, with 15 seconds left in this power jam for LA's, Slappy down to the inside and gets through on a third scoring pass. Slappy says, how about fourths coming on around one more time? Like me at a Thanksgiving buffet, and Slappy down to the inside trying to beat the clock. Slappy-go-lucky, hands in the air, and well-deserved. That's going to be a productive power jam for Arizona.
I told you Slappy's got some speed.
19 points for Arizona, and Slappy-go-lucky on the power jam. Super productive.
Here comes Jaws to the line for the minor assaults.
Your LA jammer's going to be Chewbacca. All right, underway we go. Chewy right up the gut, and Chewy busts through the pack to be lead jammer for LA. Jaws almost had an opening, but gets knocked down by that last LA blocker. And now Chewy up to the pack, and Chewbacca, with hardly any hesitation, right through the pack on a scoring pass for LA. Chewbacca now weaving her way through, and that's going to do it for the jam as Chewbacca calls it off. Princess Jaws had shaken loose off the front of the pack for Arizona. LA puts 9 points on the board during that jam.
Scare Bear coming to the line for the minor assaults.
And that's going to be Sweet Baby Rage for Los Angeles.
Jolteon picking up penalties there. So LA is going to skate down 1 blocker.
Rage able to fight through a block there from the Arizona pivot and get to the front. Sweet Baby Rage, your lead jammer for Los Angeles. Los Angeles defenders now are trying to open up a path for their jammer. The Arizona defenders try to get up in the way, but those blockers are out of play now. Los Angeles is trying to hold that Arizona jammer at the back of the pack to control the pace of play here with 30 seconds left in the jam. Now the jammer coming through the pack creates a bit of a ripple effect, and your Arizona jammer able to get out. And Sweet Baby Rage will call it off after a scoring pass is completed. Sweet Baby Rage, all 10 points in that jam. Los Angeles now, Speedy Wonder back to the jammer line.
Muerta out there for the minor assaults again.
Good to see Speedy back up and at it. Speedy had taken a tumble after one of those jams in the third quarter. No worse for the wear, though. There's Speedy Wonder quickly to the front. Muerta right out behind, and Speedy Wonder rapidly calls off the jam. All right, so a quick reset. Now we're back out there. It's going to be Chublaka once again for Los Angeles.
LA down one blocker. Killer Kyle out there for the minor assaults.
Chublaka able to fight through a block. Ducks down to the inside and is your lead jammer for LA. Los Angeles again trying to pin the jammer in, but the Arizona jammer, that's Killer Kyle, able to get out of the pack and try to keep this at one scoring pass for LA.
Chublaka tries up the high side, scores the points and calls off the jam. Chublaka always trying to find a way to get out.
All right, up to the jammer line now for Los Angeles. That's going to be Smackaroni.
Got Muerta back out there again for the minor assaults.
Both jammers now kind of mired in the pack. Jaws trying to dance up to the outside. Smackaroni almost had an opening, but Jaws is going to get out first. Smackaroni's out right behind. Jaws is going to do what she can, trying to get back to the pack, but just wasn't able to put enough space between herself and Smackaroni there and had to call it off. Under 10 minutes to go here in regulation. Los Angeles is going to send number 97. That is Grease Frightening to the jammer line.
Zippy Hippie back out there for the minor assaults.
Quickly underway, and there goes Grease Frightening, able to fight her way to the front of the pack and gets through. Lead jammer for LA. Block at the front of the pack there. I saw LA blocker going down to the ground to stop Zippy Hippie. Now a collision at the back of the pack as Grease Frightening comes in with a full head of steam. And Grease Frightening fights her way through and calls it off.
Killer Kyle coming back to the line for the minor assaults.
It'll be Chublaka for LA. Los Angeles 5 points in the last jam. I heard a penalty coming in from the infield. Low block on Zippy Hippie, unfortunately. You're going to have a power jam for Los Angeles. We've got some LA fans here in the crowd that'll be cheering on Chublaka. Chublaka took Chublaka all of 3 seconds to get out of the pack. Now the Arizona defense is able to get together at the front of the pack, and they're going to take off down the backstretch, or try to. Now here comes Chublaka. Chublaka manages to get down along the inside as Arizona was a little scattered trying to put together a defensive strategy on the fly. Referee goes tumbling. Look out down there on the inside. Now a blocker down for LA. Chublaka's trying to come through and kind of do it on her own. The LA is forming a wall at the front. Now an LA blocker to come through and clear some space, and they're able to open a door for Chublaka along the inside. 15 seconds left on the LA Power Jam. Now 10 seconds. LA blockers trying to keep that Arizona blocker at the back of the pack. Chublaka to the front, trying to force her way through. We'll have to check and see if she got that last point or if Princess Jaws was able to hang on. It's a 13-point power jam for Los Angeles. Pretty productive on their end. 2 3/5 of a scoring pass. Not too shabby for a minute of work.
Yeah.
Up to the jammer line for Los Angeles. That is going to be number 64, Smackaroni.
Pinky Die out there for the minors. Smackaroni gets out on the lead jam, able to push by those last 2 blockers. Smackaroni trying to find their balance as they come up on the back of the pack. Pinky Die able to emerge as a trailing jammer.
Pinky Die just kind of fighting along with brute traction along the rail there and pulling herself to the front of the pack.
Somebody left their cell phone over at the merch booth. Perhaps you want to describe it to us, and you can have it back. Otherwise, it's free long distance for me.
Missing cell phone, missing cell phone.
I see Black Eyed Please out there for the minor assaults again.
Jamming for Los Angeles is going to be Speedy Wonder.
And Mary gets out. She's your lead jammer. Mary just pushed along the bottom side of the track.
At the front of the pack, I believe I saw long braids, and I can't tell if it's Jaws or Muerta, but somebody doing great defense at the front of the pack there. And there goes Black Eyed Please along the inside to finish a scoring pass, plus the jammer point, and is going to come around for more.
Miners were able to open the door, let their jammer by, and close it.
There goes Black Eyed Please up around the outside. Now your jammer gets out for LA to try to put the pressure on. So Black Eyed Please going to get one less crack at it here. Ricochets off a blocker, spun up into the rail, and calls it off with Speedy Wonder sliding in. All right, we're checking in on the score from the infield. Black Eyed Please got all 15 of those points on that jam. 3 full scoring passes for Mary. Excellent job.
Karmakaze coming to the line for the Miners.
Jammer for Los Angeles is Sweet Baby Rage, who takes a big tumble right there, but gets up and finds nothing but gray track in front of her and takes off. Sweet Baby Rage now making her way around. Easy to spot out there. Even I can spot her with those long, hot pink braids going on. Now a bunch of collisions there. I saw an LA blocker sliding down, trying to clear a path for their jammer. 26 seconds left on the jam clock here. There goes Rage out the front of the pack to finish off the scoring pass. "13 seconds left on the jam clock. Here comes Sweet Baby Rage up to the pack one more time. Arizona trying to at least get in the way and try to slow her down. Arizona jammer down to the inside, and Rage skids off to the inside. We'll have to check on that last point there. Checking from the infield. All right, all 10 of those points for Sweet Baby Rage. 2 full scoring passes. Excellent effort. That's why you never give up at the end of the jam. You just stick your hips out there and see who you pass. All right, it's an official timeout. The regulators and their friends from Los Angeles are going to talk this one over and sort out probably some penalties here. We'll check on that in a moment. Right now, 280 to 89, and we've got 3:14 left in regulation.
All right, Derby fans, Pinky Dye back out there to jam this jam for the minor assaults.
And we're going to have Chublaka for Los Angeles.
About 3.14 seconds left.
I like Pie. There go both jammers at the same time, roughly out of the pack. Yep. It's going to be a jammer race. Chublaka up to the challenge and forces the call off.
Thunderdome coming to the line is the jammer.
And that's Speedy Wonder for Los Angeles.
LA swapping out some pivots.
Underway we go. Both jammers kind of bumping shoulders there. Thunderdome off to the infield. Speedy Wonder's got to dodge around their own pivot and then takes a tumble to the inside, and there goes Thunderdome. Around the outside like it's a square dance and goes to the front of the pack. Now Speedy Wonder out as well, and Speedy Wonder has Thunderdome, inner sights, Thunderdome flying back to the pack, goes up to the high side and calls it off. Speedy Wonder really applying the pressure there from the back end. 1 point, though, for Arizona. All right, we're going to have to, this appears like it's, no, okay, no, it is going to be, with 1:45 to go in regulation, a power jam for Los Angeles. Sweet Baby Rage to the jammer line. Now Rage to the high side and is able to outrun that last blocker. Princess Jaws trying to get there, but Sweet Baby Rage able to take a better angle through the corner, out and clear. Rage now runs up into a couple of blockers. LA's trying to open a path. Arizona now recycling in front of her. Kind of a big collision. Rage gets bumped to the infield, but gets to get right back up. Those Arizona blockers still at the front of the pack. And Rage gets through. Eats up a lot of time off the power jam clock, though, does the Arizona defense, and there's 15 seconds left in the power jam. Arizona trying to stay together at the front of the pack here so they can play keep away. Los Angeles now catching up with just a couple seconds left on the jam clock. Sweet Baby Rage to the high side. Tumble, takes a tumble there behind that Arizona blocker. We'll check on the scoring count there in that last pass. 10 points for Sweet Baby Rage. Gets all 5 points on that last scoring pass. Excellent effort through stout defense.
All right, Derby fans, get those raffle tickets ready. We'll call them out as soon as this jam is over.
Be our last jam of regulation here with just 10 seconds left on the quarter clock. It's going to be number 36 for Los Angeles, Slim Reaper.
Rainbow Crash out there for the minor assaults. Gets out as your lead jammer. Minor's trying to put some points on the board this row.
Quarter clock has expired. Now here comes Rainbow Crash down to the inside. Slim Reaper also down to the infield and takes a tumble. Slim Reaper now just trying to play some jammer defense. Rainbow Crash weaving her way through the pack and is going to emerge. So Rainbow Crash now coming around for a second scoring pass. Arizona is going to try to keep that Los Angeles jammer pinned at the back of the pack and keep the pace of play slow here. There's Slim Reaper down to the inside, and Rainbow Crash going to go ahead and call off the jam. We will check on the scoring, and we will check on the penalty situation here. It's 8 points for Rainbow Crash there on that final jam for Arizona. We will check now with head referee Hoover Slam. Everybody reporting in. We're checking with all the various outposts here around the track. And here comes head referee Hoover Slam to make it official. With that whistle, that brings a close to this bout. That is going to do it. Your winners with a score of 290-98, the Los Angeles Junior Derby Dogs. Come on down trackside and slap hands with your favorite skaters as they come by.
All the ejected skaters waiting for their helmets to... All right, Derby fans, get those raffle tickets out. We got some winning raffle tickets, and we're going to keep on asking for numbers until you win. Hey, these LA skaters came a long way to get here.
Yeah, let's
give
hear
them
it.
some love.
Let's hear it for the team that traveled all the way here tonight. Fantastic, and a great job by Los Angeles as well.
This LA team was in a little bit of a rebuilding mode for a couple years, but they've come back stronger and better than ever.
All right, and let's hear it for the Arizona Minor Assaults. And let's hear it one more time for our graduating Minor Assaults. Pinky Dye, Killer Kyle, Muerta, and Socks.